So 14.2, we're going to translate and reflect trig graphs. It's pretty close.
Are we doing trig for the rest of the year, or are we going next?
No, we'll go back to something else. I mean, we should finish this stuff in the next 3 weeks, and then we'll have about 3 weeks to, we'll have about 2 weeks to do some other stuff, hit and miss in some chapters, and then a week, half week to a week to review for
I have
exams.
a quick question. For people in Algebra like 2, not like advanced trig, do they just not take trig?
They cannot go past that without having it.
They don't go to
So-
chapter.
But next year we're planning on offering a class that I'll teach that will basically be their replacement for that. So they could take the trig stuff with me as a separate class. So that they could then go on to move on to
So
the
the
next
people
year.
who've only taken Algebra 2, not Algebra 2 Advanced, they only what would their next math class be then?
There's not one now unless they do stats or Coach Hunter's math.
I would use that.
Yeah, do stats.
But you have to at least have Algebra 2 to do stats. So.
I'd rather have a harder class with a better teacher.
Oh.
Oh.
I just realized this is screen recorded, right?
Oh no!
Oh.
It is. All right, translation of sine and cosine graphs.
No. Oh, I missed both translations.
Okay, so these problems given to you will look like this. Okay, they'll look like y is equal to a sine of b times x minus h plus k, or y is equal to a cosine of b times x minus h plus k. Okay, this is the general form of it. Okay, this is the general form of what it looks like.
It took me like 5 days to figure out what the general form is.
Okay, a is greater than 0 and b is greater than 0. Okay, we'll talk about in a minute what it means if it's less than. H is for our horizontal shift. K is our vertical shift. Okay, so K is up and down.
What is this circle?
H is left and right. Do what?
What does the circle stand for after A? Is like the A greater than? and then-
0.
Oh.
Okay, now, I don't expect you to write horizontal shift, blah, blah, blah. I expect you to write right or left. I don't expect you to write vertical shift. I expect up and down. Okay? Making this really easy. Like, super easy.
So high.
I know. I know this class is really hard, you know. So.
Is that sarcasm?
Just a little bit.
I'll cry.
Just a little bit.
It's like right there, like, you can do it.
Pop quiz is not off the table.
You can do that
So.
with
Oh,
your-
no.
Whoa, come back.
At the same time. Whoa.
Okay, let's do this. Alright, so I can't see. Okay, we're good now. Alright, so just kind of a hint, okay, for you to know what's going on. If you have a positive sign inside the parentheses, it moves left. Okay, if you're not writing down anything else, I highly recommend you write down this stuff.
Okay, so that means it goes opposite, right?
Yes. If there is a negative inside the parentheses,
Or no.
it moves.
I think your pen is actually glaring on the iPad.
Sorry, I just wrote the exact same thing, didn't I?
Wait,
No.
Hold on. This is supposed to say outside. Hold on.
Dang
Look at your
it.
screen.
Man, everyone.
I was like, something is wrong here. I have them. I don't have them in the order that I want them. So
Yeah, do you see it? Like, white spot? There it is.
Ah.
yes.
Thank you.
Okay, if it's a negative inside, wait.
I think you just. I think you erased it.
I think you were right.
You just.
No.
It's supposed to be outside.
No, I definitely have these backwards. Hold on.
Hey.
I'm just gonna not look at this because that's just
No, it is inside parentheses because why would it be outside the parentheses?
inside. It moves opposite. Okay, so if it's a negative inside,
It moves right. You
yes.
were right. Dang it! I have to scratch this out.
Wait.
Okay.
You were
I
right.
think that is what I had, but then everybody was making me question it.
It's
So
fine. We're good.
You're
okay.
right. You're right.
Inside, it goes opposite of the sign. Okay, so if it's positive, it goes left. Negative, it goes right. Inside. Okay. So this is the H value. Actually, we're
Oh,
gonna
right. And I messed everything up. Y'all.
stop that. Okay, so that's for the H values. Okay, if it's positive outside the parentheses, it moves up. If it's negative outside the parentheses, it moves down. Okay, so this is our K value.
This is a lot like that one thing we
This
did.
is like
when we calculated
parabolas.
them.
Yeah.
Oh, is that like
It follows. Oh, that was so sad.
I'm
Hold
gonna do
on.
that. I'm gonna do that. Except I messed up, so it's not gonna be very pretty.
All right, so
I'm gonna let the iPad do it for me. I just need to actually. What?
I mean, it works.
Socks like a
I want a curly one.
that looks good, honestly.
Oh, it's gonna be a triangle.
God bless.
Oh.
Yay!
Wow.
Good enough.
That's weird looking.
Oh.
I know, I'm quite aware.
I don't know.
I'm quite aware.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, this follows the exact same rules, okay, as the parabolas that we did way back when. I don't even know when that was anymore.
I just remember you having to explain what the general things meant.
It
Now
was
I
like-
get it.
It was like back in like first quarter.
Okay, if A is less than 0, it is reflected.
So that means it's a
Okay, so if you had something like y is equal to negative a times the cosine of b times x minus h plus k, then this is reflected.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is 1/2 less than 0? So would that be reflected or no?
1/2 is not less than 0. The only things that can be less than 0 are negatives.
Never mind.
So
that
what if
doesn't
it
make
was
sense.
0?
Because it's like A.
It can't be 0.
It just can't. Alright.
If it's 0, your whole thing is 0, and then you just have y is equal to 0.
Oh, then you
That's nice. Can you scroll up a little bit? No, like the up. I don't know.
No, she's scrolling up, so it goes down.
What?
Basically, there's a negative out front.
So it's the opposite.
Yes. If there's a negative in front of A, it's reflected.
That's why I said.
But if it's not, it's just regular.
So it's like this.
Thank you.
No.
It goes. What? This goes for both the cosine and the sine one, right?
But the word.
Thank you.
No, they're going backwards.
Yeah, we can swipe it.
No.
I'm gonna look. Yeah, we are still gonna do that.
Not in an intimidating way, like
No,
a.
the paper's.
Ew.
She seems
Not the
like
word,
so.
the paper.
I don't know how to explain it. She's like super nice, but then like I catch her in like a weird mood. Hi, what do you want?
I didn't.
Just do you, and then right when I leave,
Okay, these are the modified instructions to list these things. Okay, if it doesn't apply, okay, then you just don't have to write it. Okay, you don't have to write like not reflected. You only need to write something about it being reflected if it is. Okay.
I don't really like this stuff. I'm just saying.
Why? It's easy.
I don't know. I just don't feel like it.
It's like 20 times easier than parabolas.
Did I say?
I definitely I don't know what I'm doing with those.
I think she does with your mom.
What's the word after modified?
Don't we do them with you?
Yes.
Distinctions?
Like chapter like 3 or something like that. 3 or 4.
Alright, I feel ready. I actually understand.
Wait.
Miss,
Can you
there
go
are-
just a tiny
what's
little
the-
bit, just a little bit?
What's the word
Yeah.
after modified?
Instructions.
Instructions?
Oh,
Okay, with these ones, the instructions say to match the function with their graph. Okay, but again, we're not doing that. Okay, we're doing these modified instructions for this whole entire section. Okay, just to make it easy.
I hate pi. I love pi, but I hate the number.
I don't really like
I
actual
like
pi.
pi, but I hate pi.
What problem do you have with 3.14?
Well, okay, it's really sad because every time you say pie, I think of like eating a pie. I can't eat that.
I like the outside of the pie, just not the filling.
That's
What?
fine.
I'm the opposite. No, I'm the opposite.
I plus
I like
pi
the
Is that enough sanitizer for you?
You're
Yeah.
telling me.
I only do it because
Poor Joelle. Joelle might have to like inhale it every 2 minutes.
No, it smells really good. Like literally.
Sanitizer smells great.
Amplitude is 1.
Okay, our amplitude, okay, it's the number that's in front of cosine. There's nothing there, so it's a 1. Okay, so amplitude is 1. Period
I
is
love this.
Period.
X.
Let me look back in my team.
Can you tell us what the formula is one more time?
I'll let Joelle tell you since she's looking it up.
If I can get there.
I can smell your
Can I
hand
say it?
sanitizer from here.
I can
Period is
too.
2 pi over the. Yeah, absolutely.
2 pi over b. Okay, I'm just writing the formula this one time since we haven't done it in a while. Okay, so 2 pi over b. There is no b value. Okay, it's the number in front of x, so b is 1. Okay, so it's just going to be 2 pi over 1 or just 2 pi. Okay, you don't have to write the over 1 part. Okay, at this point, you can just tell me that it's 2 pi.
Yeah.
Maddie goes to.
Yeah, the whole class can smell that.
Yeah, it's so strong. It's okay. One time she squirted it, and I sit in front of her at lunch, and she squirted it all over my face.
But they also hid it from me, so payback.
It goes left.
We didn't hit it.
Wait,
from
wait,
you. It
wait,
was
wait,
sitting
wait.
Okay, we're looking inside the parentheses. Okay, so inside, going back up here. Inside, if it's negative, it is negative, right? Nope, it's positive. Inside, it's positive. So we're going left. Okay, it's opposite the direction of the sign. So it's left pi units.
So how many pi units?
Okay? Doesn't move up and down.
Nope.
No, it does not move up and down. There's no K.
It's not reflected.
Is it reflected? No, it is not. Okay, so we don't need to talk about that. Yep. So that's all you have to do. That's all you need to write on your paper.
Okay. Okay.
Super easy.
I feel pretty confident.
All right, 6. Y equals the sine of x plus pi over 4. You must be ready for a quiz. There's a lot of talking going on. That's not math.
Okay. Amplitude equals 1.
Amplitude is 1. Period.
Also is 2 pi.
Okay, 2 pi.
What? How do you know that?
Because this
We
is
just
really
did
the same thing.
Honey.
Okay, sure, I understand.
And it goes left pi over 4 units.
Okay, opposite the direction of the sign because it's inside. So left pi over 4 units.
And then we're done again.
Okay, there's no K value, so it doesn't go up and down. There's no negative sign. Okay, just for reference, if there was just a negative sign written here, okay, with no number, it's still being reflected. Okay, it's just -1.
So
To
would
just
you say reflected 1 unit or just reflected
You just say reflective. That's all you need to say.
Value amplitude?
The K value?
Yeah.
No, K would be out here.
Oh, okay.
So K is up and down.
That makes sense.
Okay, and you'll also notice these are not for tangent. This is only for sine and cosine.
Are we doing sine tangent after?
That doesn't mean we're doing tangent.
We got really sad there for a second.
We did.
Are we doing
She said
tangent?
maybe.
10 y is equal to the cosine of x minus 5. Amplitude 1. Period
2 pi.
2 pi. And
It's right 5.
I still don't understand why all the periods.
it is not right 5.
Is it left?
It is not left 5.
It's down 5.
It is down 5.
Yes.
I wrote.
Okay, it is down 5 because this is not in parentheses. If this looked like this, it would have been right 5. Okay? But because it looks like this, it's down 5.
Awesome.
Okay? Let's see.
It's
16. F of x is equal to 1/2 sine of x minus 3 pi over 2.
Amplitude is 1/2.
Yes. Yes, I wasn't looking at you. I was looking at the door. Amplitude is 1/2, period.
2 pi.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
2 pi.
Can we take one break, guys? I haven't written the problem down. I was just
You're the one who said the amplitude.
I just looked at it. I was like, whoa.
Isn't it left 3 pi?
Wait. Uno momento, please.
It's not left.
Right? Right.
Friends, I thought we said we were reading something.
No.
One of that
No.
That's cool. Is that all we're gonna have today? Are we doing other stuff today too? Like other things?
A couple more, and then I'm just going to give you a few to do because these shouldn't take you more than like 10 minutes to do them.
They're fun. I like them.
I'm gonna struggle really.
I'm waiting for something bad to come out of them.
All right, number 20. Okay, and don't get excited on this one. Let everybody write it down so we can talk about it before we go crazy. Y is equal to the sine of 2 times x plus 2 pi minus 3. Okay, just write the problem down and then we'll talk about it.
Wait. Not about that. Just in general. Wait, so it's negative, you go right?
Inside, yes.
That's so weird.
Inside is opposite, outside is same.
Is there anything outside the parentheses on the right? 'Cause I-
Yes, minus 3.
Okay, cool.
Is it me?
No, well, it's
me.
It's the books. No, like
Your
the
books,
books.
why would that be bothering her?
Those books. No. Well, she is.
She's looking upwards, not
Okay, so what do you notice about this
Can I say
problem? Yes.
something? The 2 is in a weird spot.
Okay, that 2 is in a weird spot. Any ideas on what we should do with it first?
Distributive property.
Okay, let's distribute it first. So we're going to rewrite this as y is equal to the sine, still in parentheses, okay, to not get confused, but it's now going to be 2x plus 4 pi in parentheses and then minus 3. Okay?
Okay, I'm confused. Wouldn't that have been the b though?
It still is.
Oh man.
B is whatever is in front of x.
But b is inside the parentheses, not outside the parentheses.
B is whatever is in front of x. It's got to be touching. It's got to be with its buddy. Okay, so what?
Whoa.
I don't even know what just happened.
I would like to add my bonds.
That must be
What is the amplitude?
1.
The amplitude is 1. Now, what is the period?
Pi.
Is it just pi?
I got 5.
Okay, the period would be, yes, okay, 2 pi over 2, so it's just going to be pi. Okay, again, you don't have to write the 2 pi over 2. I'm just making sure everybody sees where it's coming
And then
from.
you'd go left 4 pi units.
Okay, I'm going to go left 4 pi units
And then
Down 3.
and then down 3.
Okay.
How do you get
That was
4 pi
fun.
over 2?
that's just the formula.
Okay?
2 pi over b. And this is the 2.
All right, we're gonna do 2 more and then be done. Well, we're gonna do 2 more for today and then be done, and then tomorrow we'll do like 1 more little thing and then start the next section.
Okay.
Probably. Maybe. I don't know. I need to look. Yeah, we'll start because the next section's gonna be 2 days. So, all right, number 30. Oh, wrong color. Wrong color.
Wait, why is there 2 directions? Because there's one outside the parentheses too.
I have no idea.
All right, 30. We have f of x is equal to 1 minus 3 sine of x plus pi. Okay, don't say anything yet. Just write the problem down.
We should do the property where you
Just write the problem down.
Is it ever? I just want you to be aware. It was fun, and it's less fun now.
It's
It's
still
less
fun, I
fun.
promise.
It's not as fun.
I love this. Not saying anything about the problem. I just like to do.
It's like the final box.
Okay, does everybody have the problem written down?
Yes.
Okay. What do we notice about this problem?
The one is at a weird spot.
The 1 is in the wrong spot. So, this is really hard, guys.
You just move it.
Oh, this requires expert skills.
F of x is now equal to negative 3 sine of x plus pi
Wow, that was so
plus
hard.
1.
I
That was
really
so-
did not see that coming. And all
That made me very happy.
Okay, look, if you don't do that part, your problem will be wrong. Because you inevitably will tell me the amplitude is 1. And you won't tell me that it's reflected. And who knows what direction you're going to tell me it's going. Okay? I promise every year someone does that on a test or a quiz, okay, in each class. Okay? Pre-cal, Algebra 2, everybody does it. I'm warning you, don't do it. Yes.
Okay, I got this.
Can you explain it again?
The amplitude is just the number in front of the sine or cosine.
It's the buddy of the
So
sign.
it's 3.
But it's without the sign that, like, so without the negative sign though.
So it's 3.
Because it's the absolute value, so it's always positive.
Okay, so amplitude is 3.
Period is
It's 2
2
pi.
pi.
You go left pi units and up 1 unit.
Okay, so we're going left pi. And honestly, if you don't want to write the word units, because I usually just get lazy and stop writing it, you can just ignore the units part. Okay, and then we're going up 1, and it's reflected.
You know what? That not bad.
Still fun, right?
Yeah, I thought we were gonna divide by. Wait, you can't divide by 1. Like, I mean, yes. Still fun.
Okay. One last problem. I want you guys to attempt this one on your own.
Yeah. No.
Okay, that means everybody needs out a piece of paper to do it on for participation points. And those do add up quickly, so make sure you're participating. All right, f of x is equal to negative cosine of x plus pi over 2 minus 2.
Because I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay.
I have a question, Miss Everhart. How do you find amplitude and period doesn't change for sine and cosine, correct?
What do you mean?
Like this formula is.
No, yeah, they don't.
Correct.
I just remembered one of them was
No,
different.
yeah, tangents are. I didn't understand your question. That's why I was like, huh?
I never understood.
I thought you meant that they were like always the same value all the time, and I was like,
I just
no.
realized
I
that
think we
for amplitude,
demonstrated
I
that.
write A equals, but for period, I would actually write the word. And I don't know why. I didn't just write P.
Oh, I write amp every time.
Right, I was
Just
2
amp.
inches of beer. Okay.
Whatever. I'm done.
Did we
It was under 14.1.
Oh, okay.
So the stuff from Thursday and Friday before break.
Okay.
All right. About to lose it. All right. So, Maddie, what's the amplitude? Let's see. Sarah, what's the period?
2 pi.
2 pi.
What? I did the period wrong.
Tabitha.
Pi 2.
Left.
Units if you want the units.
Pi over 2. Brooke.
Yes.
Problem right.
Down 2.
Down
I
2.
wanted to do the last part.
Why did I put 1?
Garrett.
Reflected.
Reflected.
I was so
I got it all
excited.
right.
How'd we do?
I got it all
Right,
right.
like,
Everything's good for
We're supposed to do something.
Why am I almost good? I put that it was negative for that over 2.
All right. So then for the last 10 minutes, okay, I want you to do a couple problems. I'm just going to pull a few because I feel like at this point, rude. Nope, not that color. Nope. That one.
Pretty nice. I struggled.
A special guy. A special guy.
It probably smells like your hand sanitizer.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It smells like her mom's hair. How do you know her mom's hair smells like? Because I know her tape too smells like. I can smell it. I'm scared.
13, yes. 17, 19,
No. You want this
We're allowed to do homework if
You want this to pass.
When have we ever been allowed to do homework?
I don't know.
The
Because we
summer
don't have
birthday.
pencil.
I'm gonna be lazy.
No, it's the summer birthday celebration.
Yes, please. Well.
31, and 33. Okay, you should be able to finish these by the end of class. Okay, there's only 5 of them.